how do social enterprises and projects access this capital that's available? I mean, you spoke about a microfinance project in DRC and other things like that, but I'm thinking microfinance already has a very mature kind of financial, access thing going on, whereas something either being done by Americans or Westerners or working in developing countries, or homegrown interventions such as like a poverty alleviation technology being deployed in Lagos or something in Mumbai. How do they? Is the impact investment community actively looking for things like this, or is the burden more on them to come to you guys? And what are the prerequisites for funding them? Is it sort of impact evaluation, financial reporting, or some sort of minimum valuation on their part?
So it's a great question. I think all of us probably have conversations regularly with social entrepreneurs who are looking at, I can't tell you the number of conversations I've had with great social entrepreneurs who have said, I'm just frustrated with raising money for a nonprofit venture. So I'm going to convert my venture to a for-profit so I can go out and raise all this impact investment money that's available. And the fact of the matter is, it's just as difficult to raise money from investors, as it's a very different process, but some good things are happening. So if you're, for example, in the Bay Area and you're looking to raise money for an early stage social venture, one is the Hub. The Hub is both here in Berkeley and San Francisco. The Hub has a venture affiliate called Village Capital, which is actually in the process of raising a fund to make early stage investments in social ventures here in the Bay Area. There's also a group called TONIIC that's formed, TONIIC, which is one of the first angel investor networks. It's now become global. It was started here in the Bay Area. It's an angel investor network where early stage companies can go and submit for consideration among a group now of about 200 angel investors. So there are places that are starting to develop much in a similar way to the way that the Silicon Valley developed 40 years ago. We're 40 years behind. We don't have the robust angel networks and venture capital firms, et cetera, but that infrastructure is, I believe, starting to develop.
I'll just add on with some other networks. There's an Investor Circle network. That's also an angel network going on, I think, 20 years. That's part of SJF Ventures. So SJF, originally called Sustainable Jobs Fund, now Venture Capital Fund. And there's prize money associated with competitions like the Global Social Venture Competition, things like that. And then there are emerging sort of platforms where you can list your venture, like Mission Markets is one as well. So, but like Ron explained, there are all these pockets. So you have to go in and sort of research all the pockets, do networking.
And the only thing I would add to that is often there is less of a market for the kind of financial, kind of social business than there is for stuff that is either really on point with someone's mission, something they care about, which could be a place, it could be an issue, or really exciting financially. And so I think that's just one thing that there's been this hope that a truly blended marketplace of stuff that has some financial return, some social. I just think we found that particularly to do the work that it takes to do an early stage venture, that the degree to which it really connects with someone in terms of their mission interests or their financial interests has to be, it can't be kind of half of each. It needs to be really high on